Hi class, my name is Jose Salmerón Bernal, and today I will be presenting my windshield survey. So the areas I chose for my assessment included Stockton, California. I chose the 95202 area. I understand that Stockton's a lot bigger than this, but this is the area I chose, and Turlock, California, with the zip code of 95382. So physical environments. Stockton, it appears to be a little more disorderly, so a little more unclean, dirty. Overall, the city appears to be a little bit less groomed. There's a lack of funding to maintain roads, and it's unsafe after business hours, tends to be a little bit crowded, and high poverty levels. On the other hand, Turlock is more orderly, more sanitary, it is more well kept, properly funded, it's safe and welcoming. General appearance. Stockton, the 95202 area presents as an older neighborhood with many areas under construction, empty lots, and abandoned homes. The city has attempted to encourage remodeling and a start of new businesses. However, more work is needed. Parks are not well groomed, and people have a sense of danger, especially after business hours. Turlock, California is more of a farmer/college town that has new and remodeled buildings. Most houses are well kept, the city is well maintained, and has a small town feeling. There's a sense of safety, and it's a close-knit community. Police presence is common, but it gives the city a sense of security. Despite the drought, the city has made changes to update landscaping. For example, artificial turf and mulch, making the city a little bit more cleaner. Boundaries. Stockton, California, 95202 area code or zip code is bordered by Highway 4 to the south, Madison and Monroe Street to the west, Harding Way to the north, and North Aurora Street to the east. Turlock is bordered by East Hawkeye to the south, Golden State Boulevard to the west, East Road to the north, and Berkeley Road to the east. Housing. So as you can see by the pictures, the housing in Stockton, it's a little bit more older neighborhood as compared to Turlock. In this 95202 area, there's about 3,869 housing units. However, more than half of the units, approximately 2,000 units, were built before 1949. In Turlock, California, there's about 13,496 housing units, and more than half of them were actually built after 1990, from 1990 to approximately 2009. Signs of pollution. Signs of decay, pollution, and safety. As you can see here in the pictures for Stockton, California, there's an abandoned home, sofas and just trash outside the house. And then in the bottom picture, if you look here, this is the marina in the port. You can actually see that there's so much just trash even in the water here in this area. As compared to Turlock, it's more of a clean, more safe, and less polluted environment. People. The Central Valley in general is very diverse, consisting of whites, Hispanics, African American, and Asian cultures. Demographics. Stockton, California. According to the United States Census Bureau, the population of the zip code 95202 is 6,521. The majority of the population in the zip code is Hispanic, consisting of about 2,483 of the population, followed by whites with 2,366, African Americans 1,359, and Asians 487, and American Indian or Alaskan Natives 193. What's impressive is the total number of individuals living below poverty level is 55.5%. The Turlock population, in Turlock, California, the reported population is about 36,176. This community is majorly populated by white population, adding about 29,472 individuals. And then the second largest group is Hispanics with 8,791, followed by Asians at 3,071, other races 1,664, African Americans 760, and American Indians or Alaska Natives 158. The percentage of individuals living below the poverty level in this community is only 10.9. Stockton, California. This community is mostly comprised of Hispanics and whites who are generally dressed in casual clothing. It's important to know that there's a high prevalence of homeless that have below standard grooming, personal hygiene, and also present with worn out, dirty clothing. Southern California. This community is also mostly compromised by whites, followed by Hispanics. People in this community are dressed in business casual to casual clothing. It is not rare to see individuals wearing sports clothing as there is various gyms and community members also exercise around the university campus. Homeless individuals in this community are rare. Health, lifestyles, and behaviors. In Stockton, California, there's a high prevalence of smoking. There's only one large gym located in the downtown area. There's limited outdoor activities, possibly related to safety concerns, high prevalence of illicit drug abuse, and various individuals walk and cycle in this community due to limited resources. However, main form of transportation in this community include private and public transport. Turlock, California. During the survey, I was only able to see one smoker. There's 4 gyms within this community, and then as I mentioned before, people exercising around the university campus. Most individuals in this community use vehicles, however, a few do use public transportation. Exercise groups were noted in the community, such as cycling teams and yoga groups. Risk behaviors. Stockton, California, they include smoking, illicit drug abuse, alcohol abuse, not following traffic rules such as jaywalking, inadequate living space, and large amounts of prostitution. Southern California, it is a more active community, has more group exercise activities. Like all Central Valley, there's a large amount of drug users that also affect the Turlock community. Residents of this community tend to have better access to healthcare. Services. Parks, recreation, and open spaces. As you can clearly see in both of these images, there's a significant difference. Here in Stockton, California, at Eden Park, this park is very, very ungroomed. The lawn hasn't been cut. It's just a very unsafe neighborhood. From what I understand, there's a lot of police activity in this area because there's a lot of drug deals that go on. And then compared to Turlock, California, in this park, it's more clean. It appears to be more safe. It's well groomed, and it just kind of gives you a better sense of safety. Transportation. Stockton. Transportation in this community consists mostly of private and public transport. Public transport includes like regional transit district. As stated before, some individuals in this community must walk or use bicycles due to limited resources. Turlock. The most common form of transport in this community is private transport. There is public transportation, however, it appears to be a small amount. It appears that only a small amount of individuals use this resource. Cycling and walking is usually done by students who live around the CSU Stanislaus campus. Health and social services. Stockton, California. In this community, healthcare appears to be more limited. In the 95202 area, there are no hospitals. It is important to note that there are 2 major hospitals just outside the 95202 boundaries. There are various medical offices and specialty doctors in this area. Social services are abundant in Stockton. Southern California. Access to health care in this community is more abundant. It includes 1 hospital, 3 urgent cares, and a significant amount of doctors and specialists. Social services were not as prevalent in this middle-class community. Services are available, however, they are not as abundant as compared to Stockton. Protective services. Stockton contains two police departments. It includes the Stockton Police Department and the Stockton Unified School District Police Department. This area also has one fire station. The Turlock community also has two police departments. It includes Turlock Police Department and University Police Department. Despite Turlock being a larger area, the crime rate is significantly lower. This community has three fire departments. It includes the Turlock Fire Department, Turlock Rural Fire Department, and City of Turlock Fire Station number 3. Religion. Stockton. During my window survey, I was able to identify 14 churches. This community is very diverse and it includes religions such as Christian, Catholic, Baptist, Presbyterian, Episcopal, and Seventh-day Adventist. Turlock. In this community, I was able to identify 18 churches. This community appears to have a more Christian beliefs. However, it does consist of other diverse religions that were identified in the Stockton community. Education. In Stockton, California, as you can see, I wasn't able to get too close to the school because most of the schools are gated. There's currently 8 schools in the 95202 communities. However, there was no high schools and no colleges. Compared to Turlock, California, there was 11 schools. 2 of them were high schools, and then one, of course, was California State University, Stanislaus. Stores and shops. Both of these communities have various shopping centers and small businesses. In Stockton, especially the 95202 area, there's only one large chain store, which is Walgreens. This area is mostly consisted of small businesses that sell products at inflated prices. Turlock. This community has significantly more large chain stores. These include Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, Walgreens, TJ Maxx, Dick's Sporting Goods, Big Five, and many more. There are very small businesses. However, it is difficult for small businesses to compete with these large chain stores. Economics. Business and industry. Both of these communities have great business opportunities. Investors have been hesitant to invest in Stockton due to history of bankruptcy. The city of Stockton reports that Stockton is conveniently located in central California with access to 2 large freeways, Interstate 5 and Highway 99. Stockton now also has access to the Union Pacific Railroad, Port of Stockton, and worldwide distribution of products. The city of Turlock reports that there is approximately 5,000 business owners in this community. Turlock is also located in the Central Valley with access to both Interstate 5 and Highway 99. Turlock provides services to California, and if a global reach is required, there is access to both the Port of Stockton and the Port of Oakland. Turlock also provides financing programs to local businesses to stimulate the city and create jobs. Major employers in Stockton, California would include the Human Services Agency, Stockton Police Department, and Stockton Unified School District. There's not many large chain stores in this area, so most of them are just small businesses. Turlock, California, we have California State University, Stanislaus, Turlock Police Department, the Human Services Agency, Foster Farms, and major retailers such as Walmart, Target, and Dick's Sporting Goods. Signs of poverty and wealth. As you can see in Stockton, there's a high crime rate, high homeless rate. It's very unclean, more of an unkept community. And there's lack of health services. As you can see there's a homeless person living next to an abandoned building. And Turlock, California, you can clearly see that it's more clean. There's more access to both health and community resources. There's a lower crime rate, and communities are well maintained and well groomed. Identification of 4 problems based on Healthy People 2020. For Turlock, California, I chose sleep health. Many of these individuals are busy working and they're not managing overall their sleeping pattern. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender health, substance abuse, and environmental health. For Stockton, I chose access to healthcare, environmental health, health-related quality of life and well-being, social determinants of health, and substance abuse. Community resources. For Stockton, California, I have Catholic Charities, San Joaquin Department of Aging, Women's Center, Youth and Family Services, El Concilio, Women, Infants, Children, also known as WIC, San Joaquin Human Services Agency, Behavioral Health Services, Health Clinics, and Mary Magdalene Community Services. For Stockton, community resources that I identified included Stanislaus County Community Service, Sierra Vista Child and Family Services, Stanislaus County Behavioral Health, Human Services Agency, and the City and University Police. Community strengths. Stockton, despite being very impoverished, they do have a large amount of community services and resources that are available. There's an increased police presence, and overall this is used to decrease the overall crime rate. There's various churches and various community centers. Turlock, California, that appears to be more of a safe community, has appropriate amount of police and firefighters. Also various churches, community services and resources. The parks are safe and also the play areas. There's low poverty levels and low crime rate. So stakeholders for Stockton, California. Key stakeholder Rita explained that the major health problems in this community include drug abuse, mental health issues, lack of access to preventative care, and domestic violence. Rita believes that the population groups that are at greater risk include children and elderly. Rita reports that available services in this community include counseling, adult and child protective services, San Joaquin Human Service Agency, Women's Center, and Child Abuse Prevention Council. Rita suggests that more services should be available to treat mental health and also an increase in counseling services. Another key stakeholder that I identified was Elvira. She explained that the major health concerns in the Stockton community include poverty, drug abuse, health literacy, and lack of knowledge, education of illness. Elvira suggests that the groups that are at greater risk include individuals living below the poverty level, minorities, and individuals who lack access to health care. Elvira explained that there are various resources in the community that can aid addressing many of these issues. These include Stockton Community Services, Catholic Charities, Vet Band, San Joaquin Mental Health, Emergency Food Banks, and San Joaquin County Behavioral Health Services. Elvira would like to see more programs designed to teach health promotion and health education. Stakeholders for Turlock, California identified Laura. Laura explained that many major health problems in this community can be related to poor air quality and pollution. She explained that overall there is a problem with obesity, especially in children, and lack of health awareness and education. Laura believes that the main groups that are at risk include Hispanics and Hmong communities. Laura states that the resources for these problems are limited. She states that there are various resources and services in Stanislaus County, such as Stanislaus County Community Services and Stanislaus County Behavioral Center. However, they do not address pollution, obesity, and health promotion. Laura would like to see this community increase services and incentives for better air quality, decrease child obesity, and provide more education and health awareness. Another key holder that I identified was Brian. He reports that the major health problems in this community include poor health access for minorities, drug abuse, and limited resources for senior citizens. Brian states that the groups that are at greater risk include minorities and the elderly. In this community, there are various resources such as food banks, Stanislaus County Community Service Agency, food stamps, women, infant and children, also known as WIC, Health Services Agency, and homeless shelter. But I would like to see more community services geared towards health education and also more programs that offer bilingual services. Reflection. In Stockton, I noticed that people in Stockton appear to be more reserved and less trusting with strangers. This can be expected as there is a high crime rate in this area. Throughout my windshield survey, I realized how unsafe areas of Stockton can be. At times, I did not feel comfortable taking pictures or even getting out of my car. I realized that the poverty level was significant in this area, which can correlate with the high crime rate. Turlock. This neighborhood made me feel more comfortable as people were more friendly and did not appear guarded or scared of approaching individuals. This community is well established, clean, and has low crime rate. Despite being a well-established neighborhood, I learned that there is a lack of health awareness and community resources, especially in minority populations. There is plenty of healthcare resources available. However, there is a need for more proactive efforts for health awareness and education. These are my references that I use. Thank you for your time and have a great day.